welcome to another video. If you are working on an immigrant visa to the United States of America, you should always have that tendency of checking your case status. This case status tells you exactly where your case is at, and that gives you relief most times. In today's video, I will be telling you how quickly you can be able to check your case status using your phone at home, at work, when you're playing with your kids, just anytime, to give you that relief you have been looking for. If we're just meeting, stick around. Hello everyone, welcome back. I'm James. I appreciate you for supporting me up to this stage. That's why we need to keep the support. Please check the notification bell if you didn't click it when you were giving me that love, so you can be able to see my videos. Whenever I post them, you will be the very first one. In today's video, I'll be telling you how you can be able to check your case status at the Kentucky Consular Center, the KCC, or the National Visa Center, the NVC. We all know that when your case has left the United States Citizenship and Immigration Service, it goes to the Visa Center, where you'll be having a visa number allocated to you through your case number. And then your foreign state of chargeability will be taking care of it after they are done. The Kentucky Consular Center took after the National Visa Center in the year 2000 to manage the affairs of the diversity lottery. They have their own system in place, but they all stem from the ceac website. Now, let's look at how you can check your case status using the Kentucky Consular Center. When you click ceac.state.gov, ceac Central Electronic Application Center, and then using Google Chrome or Mozilla, there is this very first one that appears asking you case number. You put in your case number. That's a DV case number that will be sent to you by the Kentucky Consular Center. That's the very first thing. Now, when you put in your DV number, the next thing they'll be asking you under is applicant's surname. The applicant is you. You that played the DV lottery. Any other person that you played and added is a derivative. When you put your surname, the next thing they'll be asking you under is your date of birth, day, month, and year. You put it in right there. The next thing they'll be asking you under is your confirmation number. When you put your confirmation number, the next thing they'll be asking you if you are the principal applicant, an attorney, a third-party agent. You have to select. Most of the times, it is the principal applicant who goes to check the case status. You click, and then the next thing they'll be asking you under to put a verification code. When you type the verification code, there is one page that will appear. At the top right, you would see your case is at the KCC. On the bottom, they will be telling you foreign state, the foreign state of chargeability. That's where your visa will be issued, will be put right there. That's your home country's embassy, and then your name will be right there. At the bottom, you would see your name at the bottom, and then the DS-260. Then the fee will be non-applicable because you're going to be paying the fee at the embassy. Now, when you see the DS-260, it's going to be telling you if it is complete, start now, or incomplete. It all depends on where you are. If you want to start filling the DS-260, you just click start now, and then there is the page for DS-260. You can't access the DS-260 unless you have a case number. And that's it for the Kentucky Consular Center. Let's go to the National Visa Center. Family-based visa, work visas, and others. Now, when you go to ceac.state.gov, just like the KCC, it's the same website. You're going to have the very first thing, case number. You put in your case number. Now, with these National Visa Center, it's different. They don't ask you for the year of birth. They don't ask you for principal applicant's name. So these are the differences that we find here. So for some reason, I don't use case numbers because it's kind of private. That's why I'm giving screenshot. We can be using people case numbers to check here. I have a couple of people who won, and I've been working with them. So that's why we do screenshot in this video. So with the National Visa Center, after putting your case number, the next thing they ask you is the invoice number. The National Visa Center gives out invoice numbers. You put in your invoice number. The next thing they'll be asking you under is if you're the petitioner, the attorney, the third-party agent. You click. Usually, like I said, in the Kentucky Consular Center process, most times it is the principal applicants who go to check their status. Then after that, the next thing they'll be asking you is to put in the verification code. And now when you put in the verification code, that's it. Now when it comes to that, after you click enter, a different page appears, which is completely different from that of the Kentucky Consular Center. At the top is the same like the Kentucky Consular Center. Your name, then they'll be writing your case is at the NVC, National Visa Center, and then they'll be writing the foreign state of chargeability, which is your home country's embassy. They'll be telling you your case has been approved and it's at the National Visa Center. Then they'll give you some 3 steps. You'll see pay fees, fill out DS-260, and submit documents. And then there is a sketch they have drawn to show you the various processes: the payment of fees, the filling of DS-260, the submitting of legal civil documents. Then there's a connection telling you NVC reviews the process, and then after the NVC has reviewed the process, and if there is something that is missing, the NVC will contact you by email. Now on this website, on this site for the National Visa Center, they have designed a place where they can send you messages directly. So when you click on that message, you can know exactly what's going on, if something is missing or if everything is okay. Then after that, after the review is okay, they don't need nothing from you. They will send you an email to tell you, okay, you're good. Your documents are, your petition and everything you submitted are approved, and now has to be sent to your home country's embassy. So the home country embassy talks to the NVC, and they will find a convenient date for you where you can be able to go for your interview. So in that case, you see the last thing is going to be your interview. Then at the bottom, it's just like the Kentucky Consular Center, there is a space. Yes, your name will be there. But here in the Kentucky Consular Center, the fee was not applicable. On the National Visa Center, the fee is applicable. So they will say pay fees, start DS-260, and submit affidavit of support. So now, if you go to the National Visa Center, when you open the site, at the bottom, you need to pay your fees very first. That's the very first thing you need to do. But on the Kentucky Consular Center, it's different. So when you pay your fees, you can be able to go through your DS-260, and you can go to your DS-260, you can be able to submit your supporting documents, which is the civil documents and others. That's the difference. So if you do this, it all depends on the stage where you are. If you have completed DS-260 good, that means you must have paid your IV fee. That's the immigrant visa fee. Thanks for watching this video. I appreciate you. Please give me a thumbs up and consider subscribing to my channel. Click on the notification button after you do that, and I will be back with much more better ones. Remember, we still have a lot to talk about the future of students in the United States of America. Your boy Jim here. I'm signing out. God bless you, and bye.